Man, imagine that's your teammate. That's the realest dude in the world every day that way. But Acho, do you agree it would be a terrible mistake for the Patriots to bring back Cam? That's Rodney, for real.
I mean, Rodney was right. He ain't got to be so mean. But he was right. Like, he was honest.
Can you depart mean?
He could have been
right?
He could have been a little nicer.
Oh, okay.
He said, every time I watched Cam Newton play, I was hurt. Like, I was hurt. Like, he was physically hurt.
Oh, God.
It would be a terrible mistake. I hate saying this because I love Cam Newton.
You too.
It's hard for me to do.
Do it. Do your job.
It would be a terrible mistake for the Patriots to be back Cam. Bring him back. The job of a head coach is to put your team in the best position to win. We criticize, we condemn head coaches whenever they don't put their team in best positions to win. What did we talk about? Defensive coordinator for the Jets after they give up that bomb to the Raiders and they lose the game.
Yeah.
He didn't put them in the best position to win. Greg Williams didn't. And so what happened to him? He got fired. What happened when Doug Peterson, he pulled Jalen Hurts? We weren't really mad because he pulled Jalen Hurts. I don't know Jalen Hurts. You know, I mean, I know him, but like, he ain't put no money in my pocket.
Yeah.
So the issue at hand was Doug Peterson was not giving the Eagles the best chance to win. If Bill Belichick brings Cam Newton back, he is not giving the Patriots the best chance to win. I wanted to start big picture. Now I'm going to give y'all some numbers, but numbers hurt feelings.
Damn. You too.
Marcellus, Cam Newton had 9 games where he did not throw for a touchdown. He had 6 games where he did not throw for a touchdown. 9 games. 9 out of 15.
You're mean.
9 games where he didn't throw for a touchdown. He had 6 games where he did. There was a 30% greater chance that he wouldn't throw for a touchdown than he would. Marcellus, imagine if there was a greater chance a receiver would drop a ball and catch one. A running back would lose a yard than gain one.
Those are all his receivers.
A linebacker, Marcellus, would miss a tackle and make a tackle. You're a quarterback.
COVID, opt-outs.
You get paid to throw touchdowns, big dog. And Cam, you not doing that. So it would be a terrible, grave mistake to bring back Cam Newton.
You know what?
Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart.
Rodney's my dog. I mean, that is my guy. But I think it's a terrible idea to say it's a terrible mistake to bring back Cam Newton. I'm bringing him back if I'm Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is smarter than you, than Rodney, and me, all together, plus some in the game of football. Yeah, I said it. I'm scared I said it about Rodney, but I'll deal with that later. But being real, you guys want to talk about numbers. Let's start there because you know that's my fun spot, my fun place. 20 total touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Did Marcellus cook books? 20 total touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Doesn't sound... I didn't cook books. I just added up everything you supposed to add up.
Give me total turnover. Give me total turnover. If you don't give me total turnover.
All I did was my job. And now you're mad at me. You're mean. Let's talk about the fact that... I remember day one of Peyton Manning. You remember the Brian Lee Peyton Manning controversy?
28 interceptions, Peyton's first year. Yes, Marcellus.
Yeah, he didn't say it like that. He said like 28 interceptions my first year. And he came back. And that was a 3-win season. Dog, we played them twice. They won 3 games and 28 interceptions, more than he threw for touchdowns, 26. And nobody batted an eye. Even our defensive coordinator's like, we better get him now because, boy, he's coming. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be a version of Peyton Manning year 2 for Cam Newton year 2 in the Patriots system. But I am saying this. What was their record again, Acho? 7-9. And as you like to say, they didn't catch any breaks. You talk about teams that do catch a break. We were talking about the Tampa Bay Bucks last block. Let's talk about the flip side of not catching any breaks. Let's talk about the Patriots in close games. The Patriots were in 4 one-possession games this season. They go their way. The Patriots were 11-5, but they weren't. I'm not going to go so hypothetical, but let's talk about those games. Let's talk about that Seahawks game when they got down to the 1-yard line on the final play of the game. Boy, stop, lost by 5. Let's talk about the Broncos game when they lost by 6 down the 25-yard line right there. Let's talk about the Bills, 13-yard line, 37 seconds to go, lose by 3. The Bills, what? Let's talk that close. That's an AFC championship team. And let's talk about the Texans, 4th down, lost by 7. They are that close. That close. And even in regression, even in Bill Belichick looking like he lost his fastball, they are almost a 500 team with the most opt-outs in the NFL this year, 8 players, including Hightower, including Chung. Don't act like it was all scrubs. They didn't sign their quarterback until July. Injuries, Julian Edelman misses 10 games. Sony Michel, Stephon Gilmore, Rex Burkhead, Damian Harris, and no weapons. They had a law firm out there. who was dropping more passes than catching it. And look, Demir Bird, Jacoby Myers, like, come on, bruh. Cam Newton is not the issue fully in New England. Dress it up. Look around. 20 total touchdowns, 11 interceptions. 11 turnovers, I should say, not 11 turnovers.
Better. That's better.
Does that sound like somebody you should bring back? In my world, it does.
I'm so glad you said fully. Marcellus, the greatest coach of all time does not get excited to almost be 500. The greatest coach of all time does not sit here and say, we almost went 11-5, but we went 7-9. Let's talk about some of these games, because I'm not going to bore y'all with stats. I got some, but I'm not going there right now. That Buffalo Bills game, they lost by 3. Who fumbled to lose that game? Cam Newton.
The guy with the ball in his hand.
That Cam Newton. The 49ers game, which they lost. Who threw those 3 interceptions and got benched in 3 quarters? Cam Newton. That Broncos game you referenced that they lost. Who had no touchdowns but 2 interceptions? Cam Newton. Marcellus, Cam Newton cost his team 4 games at minimum. I could count even more, but I'm trying to be polite.
Even more reason to bring him back.
If the job of a quarterback is to win, but I can look here and purely count Cam Newton, 2 interceptions against the Broncos lost. Cam Newton, you fumbled against the Bills going in to go score either a field goal to tie it or a touchdown to win it. You lost. Cam Newton, you threw 3 interceptions against the 49ers team. That was taken out by injuries. You got benched and you lost. Marcellus Wiley. It's simple.
Don't do this.
I love Cam, but you showed me the first day we got on the show, you said, Acho, this show is about facts over feelings. And now look at you, all up in your feelings.
You and your feelings.
Feel good.
Why you moving your shoulders like that? All them push-ups. You and your feelings talking about me. Oh, why you had to be so mean, Rodney? I don't care if Rodney mean or not. It's the facts. Here are the facts. Here are some positives that you didn't even take into account about Cam Newton, since you want to only focus in as you are an eternal pessimist. Let's talk about this. He started 15 games this season. Hercules. Who gives a damn? Oh, people who questioned did he have the durability to finish a season after his injuries. He posted the second highest completion percentage of his career. Hercules. You know why that matters? Because people said he wasn't an accurate thrower of the football. He rushed for 12 touchdowns. Oh, most since his rookie season. You know why that matters? Because people keep saying he in decline athletically. Last time I checked, it's harder to run the football than it is to throw the football. He completed over 50% of his downfield passes. What happened to that arm strength conversation? Bye-bye. What about the fact that everyone's saying, oh, he's going to be 32 next season? I don't want him. Ryan Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Not the same level in terms of performance last year, but older than Cam Newton. So all this stuff you talking about, I got counters to why, if we're going to be on the fence, you say something pessimistic, negative, I say something optimistic and positive. If we're right here and this is a 7-9 bunch with 4 close ball games, bring them back and let's see if we can get over the hump.
The very first thing you said was Cam Newton started 15 games this year, correct? First thing you said. Cam Newton.
I know one thing about debates. Never give the credit to the opponent.
Of all the quarterbacks that started 15 games this season, Cam Newton ranks last in every statistical category of passing importance. He is last in passing yards per game. He is last in passing touchdowns. He is last in touchdown to interception ratio. He is last in passer rating. So if you want to tell me Cam Newton started 15 games this year and that is a bragging point of every quarterback that started 15 games this season, Cam Newton ranks dead last in every stat of importance.
Hey, did Carson Wentz start 15 games? You know what's so funny about that?
What's funny?
King of omission.
Now, there's no
the quarterbacks who were so sorry they couldn't even finish 15 games are not in there. And that's the one.
That is my point.
That's my point.
Any quarterback that was worse got benched. Every quarterback that was worse than Cam got benched.
You know why? Because their teams were so sorry. His team wasn't that sorry. They 7-9, dog. You act like, you know what this is? This is 7-9 hate. And it's funny because there could be 7-9 hate. Instead of 11-5 potential love, you got 7-9 hate. Okay, let me look at a quarterback that I know you love and let's see how you're going to worm out of this. Baker Mayfield, first year. Did he go 15 games? No. Did he win 7 games? No.
Give Marcellus a life raft.
He went.
Somebody give Marcellus a life raft.
6-7. But last time I checked, I remember that offseason. I remember seeing Baker Mayfield that offseason. Love, flowers, roses, all the future, all of that kind of stuff. And now you want to go to a guy who basically has the same win percentage, if not greater, and now want to hate on him in his first year in the system when he just got there a month before the games even started. all right.
Don't
Let
do
me
this to
do what you
me.
always do. Let's not argue. Let's woosah.
Woosah.
Is there not a scenario in your head that Cam Newton, in this system, year 2, with continuity, understanding it, could not take this team to be a winning ball club and potentially a playoff team? There's no scenario in your head. Or give me a percentage of what that could be.
I do. I'm not so crazy. I do think this team could win 9 games with their defensive players back. That's his greatest coach of all time. Bill Belichick wins 78% of his games.
Not all the time.
So what is 9 and 7,
Not
big
all the
dog?
time.
Like, what is that?
Not all the time.
We got to put it in perspective. Cam Newton is feast and he is famine. The reason I love Cam Newton is because he's feast. Cam Newton, Cam Chancellor were my favorite players in the league for 5 years running. I love Cam and Cam. They some dogs. Stylish. They can do it on the field as well. But be real. Cam Newton has a 12-win season, an 11-win season, a 15-win season. He has 3 seasons of double-digit